Today we're going to take a look at long division with remainders and how to turn them to decimals. Hi, today we're going to take a look at long division that end up with remainder answers and how we can turn them to decimals. So I like to start off my problems counting by these fives off to the side. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, and so on. We may need them down the road. Okay, we ask ourselves a couple questions. Number one, 5 goes in the 1 how many times? Doesn't work. 5 is too big. So I'm going to ignore that first number. But then I'm going to now alter that and say 5 goes into 11 how many times? 1, 2, not 3. Goes in there 2 whole times. 2 times 5 gives me 10. Subtract. 11 minus 10 is 1. Bring down. That's the whole process. Now we have to repeat it. 5 goes into 14 how many times? 1, 2, not 3 again. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract. Bring down. Okay? We have a remainder. I don't want a remainder. I want a decimal answer. I want to keep going. So what I'm going to do is decimal 0, decimal, bring down the 0. Now we start the process all over again. 5 goes into 40 how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 whole times. 8 times 5, 40. Subtract, gives us a 0. That's how we want to end it. We're left with 22.8. So sometimes we're allowed to get decimal answers, and that is okay. Next, let's start this problem off the same way. I want to count by 12s just so I have a list somewhere with me. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, and so on. If you have a multiplication table somewhere in front of you, that also might come in handy. But if you don't, come up with a list yourself. 12 goes into 1, not possible. Does 12 go into 19? Yes, it does. It goes in there once, not twice. So put the 1 over the 9. 1 times 12 gives us 12. Subtract. We're left with a 7. We bring down. We pause. We reflect. Then we do it all over again. 12 goes into 76 how many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more time would be 84. That's too much. So 6 is our magic number. 6 times 12, 72. Subtract, left with less, leaving us with a 4. We're stuck. But decimal, add a 0. Decimal up top, bring the 0 down. Now we do it again. 12 goes into 40. 1, 2, 3, not 4 times. Let's take our 3. Let's multiply 3 and 12. 36. Subtract, leaving us with a 4. Again, let's keep this going. I don't need to put another decimal. I'm just going to keep adding zeros at the end of this. Let's bring it down. 12 goes into 40. 1, 2, 3. I feel like this is starting to be familiar. 3 times 12, 36. Subtract. We're left with a 4. Another remainder. Add that 0. Bring it down. 40. Okay, we're stuck in a loop now. We're stuck where we're going to keep getting these same answers over and over and over and over and over again. That means our decimal is going to keep coming out and be the same thing. I don't need to keep doing this because this is never going to stop. When we find out that we have this loop, this never-ending loop, I'm going to get rid of that last 3 and put a little line over the first 3. That little line says repeating. That means 3 gets repeated from here on out for the remainder of this answer. And I don't need to go any further, and I can leave it with 16.3, repeating. And this is long division with remainders converted to decimals.